And welcome back to our live show. We're back here in the Virginia This Morning kitchen with omelets. They're a brunch staple, but can be great for breakfast, dinner, anytime. And with a little learned technique, you too can make the perfect omelet. Cookbook author and food columnist Clare Schapiro is here to show us how to do that. Good morning, Clare.
Good morning,
Joe. Good to see you.
Great to see you.
Any recipe that starts with butter is a good one.
Yes, absolutely, I agree. There are probably 2 tablespoons of butter in there, and I'm putting in some chopped mushrooms, which we're going to saute up real quick, and while those are cooking, we're going to make the omelet, which is perfectly easy, and people shouldn't be intimidated. I know a lot of times they are. It's really not hard.
Why are we intimidated by making an omelet?
I don't know. That's a good question. I guess because there's sort of something glamorous about them when they appear, but they're not difficult to make.
I know there's nothing better than going to brunch and seeing that they have an omelet bar and that the chef is going to magically make this delicious concoction for you.
Exactly, but you can do it too.
Well, I'm hoping so because I have not ever mastered the perfect omelet. So I'm hoping after today I will be able to do that.
Absolutely. Well, what I've got is just 2 eggs that I'm going to beat up.
Now, why 2? I know a lot of people do 3-egg omelets.
Well, I feel like it works better. You can do 3, but it's going to affect the timing of it, and you want it to not be raw on the top and overcooked on the bottom. So if you don't overdo the egg part, the volume of eggs, it's going to cook better. Now, I'm going to tell you the secret, and this is Julia Child's secret.
Okay.
Thank you. You put in a little bit of water, just plain old water, maybe a tablespoon or 2, but not more.
Now, what does that do?
I don't know. It's some kind of Julia Child magic.
Loosens up the proteins or something,
absolutely,
you know?
Absolutely. And then I'm going to put a little bit of salt and pepper in here.
And it's interesting, I asked you when you started, you said low and slow is the way to go with these.
Absolutely, and that's probably another reason to not have the volume of 3 eggs, because again, it's going to affect the doneness of it. So, I think our mushrooms are coming along. You want them to cook a little bit to get the moisture out, which is just about happening. And because it's me, at this point, I'd throw in some more butter.
You cook like I do.
Because you can never have too much butter.
No, you can't.
So, putting in some more butter, and when that's melted up, we're going to throw in our omelet.
The eggs go in. Now, is there a technique to actually cooking the omelet to making sure it all gets cooked at the right time? Well, we'll watch your technique. You're going to show us how to do it.
I don't know. I do everything by feel. So I think we're good to go.
Okay.
The butter's just about all melted, and what I don't want is for it to cook too much before I get the other ingredients in. So I'm going to pour the eggs in now.
And I know, some people have an omelet pan, but any frying pan, good nonstick frying pan will do, right?
A nonstick one is really going to do better than a regular, particularly for the novice. When I'm at home, I use a regular one, but I think for a novice omelet maker, this is the best way.
Okay, what kind of cheese are you putting in there?
That's grated cheddar cheese, and then to me, what really is going to make this fabulous is some fresh herbs. So what I've got here is some fresh chives and a chiffonade of basil. Now, a chiffonade, doesn't it sound glamorous?
That does sound glamorous.
It's nothing more than leaves of basil that you roll up into a sort of cigar shape, and then you just chop it down, and it makes little sort of ribbons.
Oh. And that's where your nice, sharp kitchen knife comes in handy.
Yes, absolutely. So now, while it's cooking, what we're going to do is start drawing it towards the middle so that the liquid egg migrates out to the sides of the pan. That way, it will be thoroughly cooked, but without any actual wet spots, but not overly cooked.
And this is where the patience comes in.
And this is where the patience comes in. But we're getting there.
Now, you've got a beautiful cookbook that you've been out promoting lately. You've been the food columnist at the Times-Dispatch for, what, about 7 years now?
7 years,
Wow,
right.
that's great. And this book, it is not only recipes, but you tell stories.
Right. And just as I do in my column, cooking is something that I love and I want people to do, and I think family stories really make it more accessible and easier, and I hope inspire people to do it themselves.
Yeah, you've been out doing a book tour and talking to people. What would they seem to be most interested in when you're telling your stories?
I always tell them that I have terrible culinary disasters upon occasion, and I think people are intimidated because they think they're going to have them and then they don't try. My theory is you just try and you'll have fun doing it and it'll all work out somehow.
Oh, that's a wonderful, and the book is absolutely beautiful. You've got so many wonderful pictures of the recipes, including this that you brought today is the first recipe featured in the book.
It
the absolute
is.
First thing you see.
Absolutely. That's feta spread. It's got cream cheese, feta cheese, lots of fresh dill, and walnuts, and homemade crostata.
Now, is there a story behind this recipe?
No, I just made it up.
That's the story, a nice short story to the point.
Now, I think our omelet is just about ready to roll.
Okay.
Now
this is the part that intimidates me, is the rolling part.
Okay, now, if Julia Child were here, and I can do this, but I'm not going to do it today. I don't know, I'm not familiar with this pan, but normally you'd roll one third over and another third over.
Ah.
But that's intimidating. So I'm going to show you how.
Just going to do the half?
I'm just going to do the half.
Okay.
And it didn't work completely, but close enough.
But you know, that's the nice thing about eggs is they look pretty no matter what you do, omelets.
Absolutely. So what I'm going to do now is plate it and garnish it with a few more fresh herbs.
Of your chiffonade.
My chiffonade and a few more little chives. And that is a delicious cheese, mushroom, and herb omelet.
That's beautiful. I mean, that's the way I like it, with a little brown to it.
Yes.
I like my eggs hard cooked, so that's beautiful.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, I love it. Well, thank you, Claire. And you're going to be out talking about your book soon.
Yes, tomorrow I'm off to the Chesterfield Public Library, and I'm really excited to tell people all about cooking and that they should.
And they should. Well, this was a very simple recipe, so thank you. I think you've kind of taken my fear away. I'm going to go home and maybe try an omelet this weekend.
I hope you do.
Thank you, Clare
Thank you,
Schapiro.
Cheryl.
You can join Claire for a cookbook signing this Friday, January 27th from 7 to 8:30 p.m. at the North Courthouse Road Library in Chesterfield County. And you can ask her about this omelet that she made here for us. Thanks, Claire.